All right, folks. I got a farm table to build today for a good friend of mine. His wife's been on his handy. I'm talking about wanting a table bad, so I'm fixing to see if I can't bump one together. I got one arm, you know, I've had that bicep tendon repaired right there, so I can't pick up anything Doc said over a coffee cup. So I've got this brace right here to sort of keep me reminded. That way it keep me governed down. I won't tear it up. Oh, she wants it 7 feet long, 4 feet wide. Anyway, and I want a bench on one side. She's going to use chairs on the rest. She did want live edge, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave live edge on 2 of these boards on one side for the outsides. You know, they're not going to make 4 foot, so I'm going to have to cut these rest of them. I'm going to take them to the sawmill and I'm going to cut them all. I'm going to straight line both sides for the inside boards. What I do is when I cut the live edge off of these inside cut, boards, I'll take that live edge and cap the end of the table. That way it'll be live edge on all 4 sides. 6x6s for the legs. I've got them back there. I'll introduce them later on in the video. But what I'm going to do right now is she wants it 7 feet long, so I'm going to rough cut this stuff to 8 foot because let me tell you, 12'6" is sort of hard to handle with that one hand. Being 2 inches thick, it's pretty heavy. But I'm going to cut this down with a skill saw. Just rough cut it at 8 foot, and that way I can finish it up when I get done. But I can run out here to sawmill, straight line one side of 2 boards, and the rest of them straight line, the center cuts of the table itself. Anyway, y'all bear with me. We're gonna see how it turns out. I'm thinking she's gonna like it. Got my boards cut down to 8 foot long. Like I said, I just got them cut rough because I'm gonna end up trimming them up to 7. The table itself is gonna be 7. I just rough cut it to make it easier for me to manage. I've squared, I've straight lined one side, cut the live edge off of one side. That's what that is laying right there. And I did that on every one of the boards but one, which I want that one right there is going to be the bench. So I want it live edge on both sides. But you see I left a live edge on this side. Now the only reason I'm doing this is so I can get this thing on the table saw, and I can cut it to the width I want it, and then I can flip it and cut this edge with a table saw because it's going to be smoother. It's going to make a better joint. Anyway, got them done right here. Let's get back to the shop and see if we can't start bumping this bad boy together. Let's get y'all caught up. What I'm doing right here is let me cut this planer off. All right, what I've done is I've planed both sides of the, because that sawmill, well, you can see it right here. You can see it's rough. I mean, it's rough as a cob. All right, when you run it through that planer, it just finishes it. I mean, it's smooth. Smooth takes a lot of the sanding out, and it keeps everything uniform, everything to size. So I've got it all run through the planer, all but the one board, for the bench. And then I'll be ready to start cutting and shaping and putting this thing together. But y'all look at the grain on that right there. Those knots right there just add to it to me, and it's got some bug holes, got a little bit of bluing in there too in that grain. But you see the bug holes. That, to me, that just adds to it, adds character to the table. Anyway, let's get to putting this bad boy together here pretty quick. Y'all bear with me. All right, I've got the outside boards established, the ones I was going to leave the live edges on. That's the 2 right there on top. The other 3 is going to go in the center. That's going to be the bench right there. I've still got to cut it down. I cut them 4 inches shorter than 7 foot. I cut them 80 inches, and then that way I can cap this in with a 2-inch live edge on both ends, and then that way it'll finish up at 7 foot. All right, these are going to be 9.5 or right at like 9 5/8 or something. So we should be bumping 48 inches wide, close to it. Because it's going to be hard to say for sure because these live edges aren't even. So I mean, it's going to be somewhere around the 47, 48 inches wide. But anyway, what I'm fixing to do right now before we even get started is I'm probably gonna go out there and get the 6x6s and go ahead and plane them and have them in here in case it starts raining this afternoon, because it is that time of the year. Anyway, then I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna pocket hole these right here, and I'm gonna put these things to this whole tabletop together, and that way it'll keep it from warping if it does start raining, because it will make a lot of difference. Anyway, let me go get those 6x6s, get them planed, get them in here, and then I'll start the camera back up, and we'll put this top together and start working on, bumping this bad boy together. All right, folks, I got my 6x6s. I went ahead and planed 3. I got another one over there. I got 3 of them planed down and ready to go. Started pocket holing my tabletop right here to put it together. I'm gonna glue it real good in the joints, and then I'm gonna screw it together through them pocket holes right there. That way they won't be visible from the top. They're gonna be on the bottom of the table, so they won't be able to see them. But anyway, I'm gonna put y'all on fast motion and start putting this thing together. And let's see how it turns out. We're just playing it by ear right here. I really don't have any kind of plan on the legs or anything. I'm just gonna play it by ear and see what happens, and just use my imagination and go with it. That's normally the way I do stuff. I never have a plan other than the size that somebody wants, and then I just take it from there and go with it, unless they specify different. Anyway, let's put y'all on high speed and low drag, and let's get this thing bumped together and see what it looks like. There it is. I got it put together. I got it upside down. I've slid it off the table because I've glued everything together, and if I leave it on the table, I'm gonna glue it to the table. You know what I'm saying? So what I've done is I've slid it down on the floor right there. I put the live edge on both ends. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but anyway, it's coming right along. We got the top done. Now we fix to start on the legs. That's what I'm about to start on right now in just a little bit. That thing is so heavy to try to move around with one arm, let me tell you. Heavy. 2 inches thick, 7 feet long, 4 feet wide. But look at the grain, look at the worm holes, the bug holes. Let me tell you, this thing's gonna be beautiful. The bluing, that's gonna be one pretty table. I don't know if she's gonna leave it natural. I don't know exactly what she's gonna do with it yet. But let me tell you, this thing right here is gonna be awesome. All right, let's see if we can't get to work on the legs. All right, got the bottom end built. 6x6 legs. I'm thinking about doing this right here in the corners, on those posts. Just making it a little bit, adding a little bit more support. You know how people dragging tables around, loosening the legs up. That right there will keep them from ever loosening up. So anyway, went ahead and put pocket holes in here, to that way you won't see any screws from the top side. Got them all the way around. Went ahead and put a joist right here in the middle, just to keep it from, keep it tamed down. We don't want it to warp or anything. Anyway, it's gonna look pretty good. I'm gonna try to put those braces in real quick and get this top set on it, and then start to work on the bench. I may do the bench in the morning. It's gonna look good though, I think. All right, I didn't get it quite finished last night. I got a lot of putty and a lot of sanding to do today on it, and I'll do another video this afternoon when I get it all completed. got to build that bench and everything, but I was going to show you what I did to these legs. You know, these big heavy tables like this, how the legs get loose on them. What I did is I put those 6x6s in the corners right there, you know, 45, just some added bracing, and that way when somebody does drag it across the floor, you know, over years and years and years, it won't loosen up loosen up the legs on them. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, right here on these live edges, I'm going to actually grind it to the contour of this live edge so it'll match up. Like I said, a lot of putty and a lot of sanding to do yet today. But and I got to build that bench too and get that completed. But all in all, it's turning out pretty good. You know, heavy duty table right here. Pocket holes on the bottom side, so we got no screws on the top going into the foundation of the table itself. So the only screws we're gonna have is gonna be in that live edge right there, and that can be, you know, doweled or puttied or whatever and then sanded. I'm gonna let them do the finish on it. I'm just gonna get it ready for them because I don't know exactly what they're wanting to do with it. But anyway, I wanna get to working on this bench and get it completed, and then start on the grinding and the sanding and all that, and getting this thing, getting it complete. All right, there it is. 6x6 legs under the bench too. I went ahead and put the little 45 braces right there, and that way it'll match the table. You see how I did it underneath, you know, just making those legs real sturdy, dragging that thing around. I made the legs 2 or 3 inches shorter than the distance between these legs on the table. That way that bench will just slide right up in there. That way you can get up close, or you can tuck it up under there pretty good ways. Let's see, people probably gonna be concerned, you know, about somebody sitting right here. Let me tell you, I've already give out a test run. It's gonna take a big person to pick up the end of this bench down here, so y'all don't be concerned about that. I've already tried all that and made sure that was good. But turned out really good. All I got to do is a lot of putty and a lot of sanding, you know, to get it to the point where they can do the finish on it. Like I said, they're going to do the finish on it, so I don't know exactly what they're going to choose, if they're going to burn it or stain it or just clear coat it. But so far, she's looking pretty good. Not too bad. Anyway, let me get the grinder and the sander out, and we'll get this party started. Whew, it's already smoking hot down here, y'all. Wow, it's hot. All right, let me go ahead and finish up the video. I ground the edges right here, those, you know, to make all that line back up. You see how that turned out. I'm not going to put it and sand it. I'm going to let them do that part of it. I did sand a lot of the glue off the top right there, you know, just to get the majority of it off. But got the bench and all, it's done. 4 feet by 7 feet on the table, 30 inches tall, 18 inches tall on the bench right there. 2 inch on the top right here. I cut those 16 inches long on a 15 degree. You know, the legs for the stool. Anyway, I think it turned out pretty good. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Appreciate y'all.